That's good. Hi to anyone coming in. I just need a moment. Then I can do the readings. Okay. If anyone's here, welcome in. I'm just setting up, and then you can post your questions in chat when you're ready. I'm just going to spend a few minutes setting up and wait for people to come in. I hope everything is good with sound. Okay. And I know it's Saturday. Saturday night might be a little slow, so we'll see how many people show up. And if anyone could be coming into the room, you can post your question when you're ready. So I'm here whenever anyone's ready to post their tarot question. Hi to anyone coming in. If you'd like a free reading, all you have to do is post your question in the chat. Oh, wow, that's a lag. And you can just post your question in chat. There is a bit of a lag, but I'll see all of the questions in chat and I'll be able to pull cards for you. And hi to everyone coming in. And for anyone coming in, you can post your question. Hi, Nato. How are you? Good. If you have a question, you can post it in the chat. Okay. Hi to everyone coming in. If you'd like a reading, all you have to do is post your question in chat. Okay, so NATO is up first, and your question is, what my spirit team want to stay here. Okay. So messages from your spirit team. Prenatal. Okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, I saw Hierophant. Let's see if it comes out. Okay. So first up, you have all reversals. You have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Devil in reverse for this deck. And for the bottom row, you have the Three of Cups, Three of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. So you have one upright card, and it is the Three of Cups. So I'm going to take that as an influence over you at this time. There could be outside influences that is affecting your mood, but also I think your mental state. And let me just turn down the music a little bit. I think the Hierophant that I saw does apply in this case, because initially I thought that, I hope you can still hear me. Let me just close something out. The initial message that I heard was that it seems like at this time you might be off of your path in some way. Like it's kind of like you took a wrong turn at some point, or you're on the verge of doing that. It could be because of outside influence, the people around you. That could be a distraction for you at this time. If you're going out a lot or being very social, it could be affecting you in some way. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like you're focused on the wrong things. So your mental energy is being spent in the wrong places. You're getting caught up, maybe not necessarily anxiety, but you're occupied with something you shouldn't be. With the Five of Wands in reverse, it's like you've taken a step back from something. You're not fighting for it anymore. It's in link with addiction. Okay. So, what was it I was going to say with the Five of Wands in reverse? Oh, I was going to say it feels very defeatist, like you're counting yourself out. Like you don't want to put in the effort anymore into something. And with the addiction, you mentioned that we do have the Devil in reverse here. And in this case, with it being in reverse, I see it as a good thing in that you may have stepped away from something that could be a trigger for your addiction in some way, and not your addiction, but like addictive behaviors. Okay. So with the Three of Cups, I do want to look at that and just see more information on their influence over you. You said you're mostly alone, but there is someone here with the Three of Cups. And then we'll get to the Queen of Cups later. In reverse. You'd like to see more about influence. The Four of Wands and Three of Wands in reverse. There's some sort of instability here. I want to say the Three of Cups, whoever this is a positive influence for you because they are trying to be supportive. I think there is someone in your life that recognizes that you may be going through a difficult time, and they're either cheering for you, rooting for you, like they want to see you win. And again, they may recognize that there's something going on. I feel like with your motivation with getting back on track. And what about the Queen of Cups? Yeah, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This could be about a breakup, or you're just falling out with someone. You got a lot of wands, and they're in reverse. It's like a lack of energy, lack of motivation, like I said, a lack of creativity. And at some point, it could become a problem for you because it's going to affect you, if it hasn't already, with like your ability to get through just the day-to-day operations, like getting up and getting through your routines and things like that. So I am going to pull advice for you. But it might be just as simple as getting out, getting sunlight, getting exercise. That could be something very helpful for you because it seems like you're stuck in a rut. And the Three of Cups could even be spirit. You did ask about your spiritual team, your spiritual family. They could be rooting for you and just looking out for you and letting you know that they are supporting you if no one else is. Something bad always happens when you fight. It's like maybe a falling out with a friend. It could also be your mother, someone who in the past was supportive for you, and you could rely on them if you had no one else with this Queen of Cups. But it looks like maybe in the recent past with the Seven of Pentacles, something ended. You can't rely on this person anymore. So because of that, don't know if there's a fear of moving on or fear of action, of moving in a new direction, but it's left you very stuck. Page of Swords in reverse. What is the advice here? The Star, Two of Cups in reverse, and the Hanged Man. With the Star, that is one of the better cards to get. So just to remain hopeful that things will change for the better for you. But how do you get there? That's the question. You have the Two of Cups in reverse. It's like focusing on yourself. And with the Hanged Man, this whole situation is forcing you to have a new perspective. And with that, and I don't know if you are a religious person or what your spiritual background could be, but I did get something about church. It is something about spirituality, about embracing something new there that could be helpful. Because with the Wands and the Star card, it's about inspiration, what inspires you, what gives you hope. And you might need to take a moment to redefine that if this is all focused around a breakup or recovering from addiction or anything like that, where it's you need some sort of support, but also a plan for your time, a plan for your future, like things to look forward to. And these could be very simple things like places in your neighborhood that you've never been to before that you'd like to see, different clubs or anything that you could join, different things to explore, and just trying new things. In a sense, it's like you kind of need to keep yourself busy. That would be very helpful. And you didn't mention about fighting. So I don't know who you fought with, but with the Five of Wands, it's something to avoid because if you don't, it's going to lead to the devil. So that could actually mean like jail. Like there could be very real repercussions for any sort of physical fighting or getting in trouble, getting involved in conflict. You want to avoid that because it looks like it could go from 0 to 100 very quick. So even if it's not your intention to really hurt someone, have a problem with someone, you could face very serious consequences for it. So you want to avoid pretty much everything in this top row with the Eight of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Devil, because however you're seeing a situation with the Eight of Swords, it could be your anxiety, it could be paranoia, it could be something that's not the reality of the situation. But if you take that and then turn it into fighting, into conflict, like I said, there could be extreme consequences for that. So you want to avoid anything that could put your personal peace in jeopardy. Like you don't want to get into any sort of situation that could lead to jail or anything like that. Like getting fired because someone found out what you did, something that could affect you and kind of, well, ruin your life. So if you are I want to say, hot-tempered person, that might be something you want to investigate as far as therapy, as far as getting outside support, like talk to someone about it so you can avoid any sort of conflict. Also, being careful about the people that you keep around you, too. Being very selective about the friends that you keep. You don't want anyone to bring out the worst in you, whether it be through addiction or just behavior. You don't want someone to cheer you on, like if you're in a fight, and kind of push you to start fighting someone. That's not who you need around you. Someone to kind of feed the flame. Oh, hi, Taka. Thank you. Taka fan. Okay, so you will be next. I'm just going to check, and I just want to check in with NATO too. I want to stay focused with self, but really, when I want someone is calling me, member, family, always something come to disturb. Okay, well, that's when screening your calls, blocking people, even if you need to. Just letting people know that you can't always be available. I don't know if this is like your parents or this is family that you're responsible for and you take care of. But you have to tend to your responsibilities, right? But also you have to set up boundaries for yourself. And you don't want to be put in stressful situations that are going to cause you to act out of character or to put you in any sort of conflict. So knowing your triggers is going to be helpful and how to just avoid them and how to deal with them. So and that was for NATO. I'm going to take Taka's question next. Check. Okay. All right, Taka. And so you can post your question when you're ready. You're welcome. You're welcome, NATO. And for everyone joining in, they are free questions, but if you wanted to donate the $5 to skip the line, you can. Okay. Taki wanted to know Jay's thoughts after he saw me today, any physical thoughts, etc. Haven't seen him in a few weeks. Crush. Okay. So that's okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this person's definitely interested in you. Let me just get the second row. Colleague wanted to see me today, but it's nice to be around him. I was a bit tired today, though, just due to working a lot of hours. You may have noticed. Okay. I think this person was very happy to see you. As far as thoughts about you, these are some of the best cards that you can get for relationships, love and relationships, romantic relationships. This person is very interested in you. So starting off with the first row, we have the puppeteer in the reverse, which I do want to look at. But the Four of Wands, that is the coming together card. And as you can see in this deck, they do have the wedding cake there because it's generally thought as the marriage card, the Four of Wands. So the union of two people coming together. And then the Knight of Pentacles, I'm taking that as a positive because that is someone who is willing to put in the work. So compared to, like, let's say the Knight of Wands, they might be kind of flighty. They might be someone you can't really hold their attention. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like someone who you have all of their attention. Like they see the possibility of a connection with you as something that they would feel like they would want to work towards, with the Knight of Pentacles. So whatever impression they had of you, it's very positive. So it's like it was a happy surprise then for Jay to see you. Or you said you weren't expecting to see him. So maybe vice versa. I do want to look at the puppeteer. And then we could get to the bottom row. Oh yeah, and also at the bottom of the deck was Ten of Pentacles. And that's like a lasting future with someone. So it's not so much physical thoughts, but this person is like heavily thinking about a relationship. Like they could see you as their wife or their partner. I don't know the genders and everything like that, but this person could see you as their partner, like their lifelong partner. It's very serious. So um, what's going on with the puppeteer in reverse? What's going on with the puppeteer in reverse? Ace of Swords in reverse. I don't know. It seems like with this person, however they feel about you right now, which is very positive, initially it seems like they didn't feel that way. They, with the swords here, it's like an inner battle, an inner conflict, even. I don't know if there was something said about you from someone else. And this could be a hater. This definitely could be the puppeteer is not even Jay. This could be a third party who they might have peeped it. They might have seen like, oh, there's a little something going on here between Jay and Taka. And let me go put my 2 cents in and you know, get the gossip going or say any little digs or any little, you know, comments, like hateful, nasty comments to kind of undermine what they see could be an actual relationship forming. Like there's definitely a snake in the grass, somebody that's a hater. And maybe initially that had some sort of effect on this person, but now just like, no, no, that's all bullshit. Like this person's really cool. This is actually someone I could see myself with. So that might be something you want to be careful of, though. Like people talking behind your back and trying to interfere with whatever this is. And with the High Priestess, you do want to keep, if something were to happen, it's like you kind of have to do this outside of work and really keep a very low profile at work because it could be someone just, they got eyes on you. We recently reconciled due to some work drama, but we're back to getting back to normal. See, yeah, an ex co-worker that was close to me and Jay. So you're really gonna have to make moves under people's radar with this, because you don't want to invite people in to this connection. Like this connection could probably even outlast your work, because that's how serious this, how Jay is feeling about you. So you want to be protective of it a little bit with the High Priestess. But with the Wheel of Fortune here in this position, things are going to work out. I'm taking it as a good omen that things would work out well for you, with the um, being reconciled. It's like this is your a new chance to get it right and to do things differently where you don't get caught up in work drama. Like you're getting a second chance, and this one is going to work out well. It looks like with the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. Like these are all great cards. And this person, Jay, is really willing to put in the work to get together, but also stay together. This person really wants to be with you. So I'm very happy for you. Like this amazing reading. Um, and Jay may be concerned too about how work plays into all of this. And they might think that it might be better if one of us didn't work there, work at your job, because then people would be less likely to be in your business. So that could be something that they're planning. But they are making plans for a future together with you. So amazing reading. Amazing reading. So very happy for you. And thank you. Thank you for posting your question and for the $5 for your question. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. So if anyone else is in the chat, you'd like to post your question, you can. And I'm going to put the music back on. It was lagging a little bit. That's why I had to close some things, but nope. Sorry about that. I have a little bit of a cold. If there are other people in the room, if you'd like to ask a question, you can post in chat. And for anyone coming in, you can post your question whenever you're ready. I'm here. If anyone would like to ask a question, you can post it in chat. Oh no. Okay. For anyone coming in, you can post your question. I'm here. I do go quiet sometimes, but I am looking at chat so I can see when you post your question. And it is free. They are, oh, I didn't put free in the title. It should say free tarot readings. That's why she did that. Okay. Yeah, they are free readings. So it's $5 to skip the line. Let me just update everything. But if there's no line, you don't have to actually pay anything. I'm gonna get that back. Can I add a note? I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. But anyone coming in, welcome in the chat. Welcome into my channel here. So I'm doing free personal tarot readings, and you can just post your question in chat. That's perfectly fine. And I'll be able to start your reading. Let's put a note. Read as war. Okay. So I've been on about an hour. So I'm gonna give it another 30 minutes to 9:45. And to anyone coming in, if you'd like a reading, you can just post it in chat. I'm gonna finish in a few minutes.
Good coming, people.
Let me go on mute.
How much people?
And no, come on.
Sorry.
Only like 3.
Okay.
But someone paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much?
$5.
Good.
Yeah. Something. It's very slow for a Saturday. So anyone coming in, I'm here. You're welcome to post your question. Hi, it's just Crimson. How are you? Okay. You want to know how us is feeling about you right now? Okay. Seven of Swords. Okay, and the Sun. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but in the top row you have Temperance and then the King of Cups in reverse. And then we started off with the Seven of Swords and the Sun upright. To me, it's like someone wants to come clean to you about something. Like and I'm getting that from the Sun. Like, if there's something that they haven't been telling you or they haven't been 100% honest about. And it's not even that they really want to tell you. It's maybe they just want you to find out. Like, they wish you knew the truth, but maybe they don't want to be the ones to tell you. Like, if they could somehow drop a hint or someone else could tell you, so maybe they don't have to directly confront you about anything. They have temperance in the reverse. This could be like a guilty conscience. I don't know what this could be in reference to as far as what they would have to feel guilty about, but with the temperance, it is in reverse. It's they're not at ease. There's something that's troubling them. Are they mad at you? Let's see. I mean, I got the High Priestess upright. And for yes, no questions, I usually take the upright as a yes. And you got the Ten of Cups upright. This person, I don't know, they might think that you're being secretive in some way with the High Priestess, like you're not fully being honest with them. It's something where it could be an issue on both sides in this person's view. From their perspective, it's like you're both holding back, and they definitely wish that wasn't the case. That everyone could be honest, everyone could just put it all on the table, just everyone disclose what's going on with them. But they're not doing that, and it may be the case that you're not doing that either. So they do wish that things could be different. Like that they think that maybe they would be happier if things could somehow be different between the two of you. So I don't know what happened here, but it looks like it has to do with secrecy, like someone's being secretive. They're not telling the entire truth. And they know that. So it's kind of throwing them off. And they could be feeling very moody or just emotional. They don't, just maybe in a perpetual bad mood, like always feeling like in a funky mood. So whatever's going on, it is affecting them in a negative way. So that's your reading. I am going to wrap up soon, so if there's anyone else in the chat who would like to post a question, you can. That'll be the last question of the stream. And I want to thank everyone for coming out and showing up. Okay, hi, Super Seeker. I want to say Super Soaker, the toy. Super Seeker, you want to know, how does Wade feel about you? Okay, so let's see. And thank you for your question. It's just Crimson. Thank you. So, Super Seeker, you will be the last question for today. And you want to know, how does Wade feel about you? How does Wade feel about... Okay. How does Wade feel about you? I don't even know if they still make those. I think they do. Those water guns. So let's see. How does Wade feel about Super Seeker? So up top we have the Tower and the Six of Wands in reverse. In the past energy we have the King of Wands, current Judgment, Ten of Wands in reverse. So, yeah, the Tower. So I'm gonna take this as a timing thing, actually, with the Tower, in that there was a sudden change for this person in their feelings, because, and I think it has a lot to do with them. It's not necessarily with you, but it's almost like they feel like they can't pull you anymore. Like they don't have what it takes to attract you to them. It's like a change in the power dynamic. Like at some point they felt like the King of Wands. So, and again, I feel like this is more about them. It's like a self-esteem issue. And maybe they're realizing that maybe they're not your type, or like I said, they don't have what it takes to be successful for you, with you in some way. And I said for you, so maybe this is like a status thing. It's like they have come to the realization that, I don't know, maybe they got humbled in some way. Like they don't feel like the King of Wands anymore. And so because of that, they may want to walk away, or they might feel rejected. Like this seems like someone's ego was hurt. Something could have happened to trigger it with the Tower. Maybe someone said something, or maybe they saw you with someone else, or they had a abrupt kind of realization that things may not go in their favor, and they don't want to be seen in a certain light. Like they don't want to be seen as a failure or beneath you or anything like that. So they might walk away. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, it makes you sad. And it's life coach again. So, hi, life coach. And so they kind of feel, I'll say it again, with the Six of Wands in reverse, like a failure almost. Like this is not going to work out in their favor. So I feel like someone got humbled in a way. somewhere else. Okay, yeah. And it might have been a lot of work for them to try to make this work with you, or try to be the person that you could be interested in, and so they don't feel like maybe they're up to it with the Ten of Wands in reverse. It's like they're counting themselves out. So that's what I'm getting for that. Okay. Yes, hi Feria. Can be the last question then. Kind of quick for Super Seeker, but I hope that was helpful for you. And thank you for your question. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm getting a few people. So for anyone currently in the chat, they are free tarot readings right now. You can just post your question in chat. And this will be the last round of questions I'll take for the night. So you're welcome to go ahead and post your question if you like, and we'll kind of just cut it off after that for the stream. So for Feria, you want to get advice on the situation at work. Okay. All right, I'll do that for you. And Life Coach, you were here the other day. So I don't know if you are subscribed to me, or if you're looking out for me. It is a little strange, but we did talk about this. So you're just adding to my viewership. You're not doing anything. That's the extent of your impact. People are making it hell for you. Okay, so let's see what's going on with this area. Advice for the situation at work. So let's do the past, present, and future. So we get an idea of what's going on. Two of Wands in reverse with the Eight of Swords. Chariot with the Tower in reverse. And the Hanged Man, Five of Wands in reverse. So for the past energy with the Two of Wands in reverse, I'm not sure if this is a job that you chose, that you actually wanted, or if this is something that you settled for because of lack of options. So I don't know if this is something you actually wanted to do, whatever this job is. And you do have the Eight of Swords on top of that, so there's a lot of anxiety there. I'm just feeling like you're out of options. You don't have a choice. And with the present energy, you got the Chariot and the Tower card in reverse. So I'm going to pull a card for the Chariot. The thing is, I don't see a whole lot of other people, though, except for the Five of Wands here in reverse. So when you say that people are making it hell for you, let's just see more information about that. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, so that could definitely be someone. If this is a boss or a coworker or kind of the ringleader, like if there is a group of people that are making it hard for you, you could have someone that has some sort of resentment towards you and trying to manipulate the situation. They carefully managed to cut all resources from me one by one. Okay, so that could be the manipulation that I was talking about. And then you got the Tower in reverse. I keep thinking with the Chariot, though, that you're either going to be promoted or you're going to move on to something else. So whatever you're going through right now, I don't think it's going to last very long, much longer. Because with the Chariot, it looks like things are going to change for you very quickly. It could be that this Queen of Wands, it's trying to prevent that. They don't want you to advance in your career or advance in the company. Like they're actively trying to interfere with your progress. And you got the Hanged Man in the future position. Even networking, if I try and make friends, I just poison everything for me. Okay, so the Chariot's still a very positive card. So regardless of what this person's trying to do, it's kind of like whatever presence you have at work, it's undeniable. So your work or your personality, your success kind of stand on its own. That's not something this person's going to be able to take away from you. So they're going to look for little things to mess with you, like even inconvenience you, but it's petty. Like your success is bigger than this. It's bigger than this person, this Queen of Wands. It's bigger than this job. Like you have your own thing going on. So it could be anything: your education, your degrees, your professional achievements. Like this person can't take that away from you. So that's important for you to know because the Chariot is a major arcana card. So it's more impactful. It's bigger than whatever this person's trying to do. So that might be helpful for you just to think in the long term. This is going to be a blip on the on the screen, or this is going to be a small part of your story. So if you think of it in that sense, just think of the bigger picture. Like this is just a stepping stone to something bigger. And you might want to take that in consideration as far as how you feel about the job. Is it worth it? Like, could you be doing something else and be more successful elsewhere? I'm going to look at the Hanged Man, though. Okay, you confronted the bullies and now the boss is taking it out on you. Okay, so I'll look at that. I don't know if you took this job, like I said in the beginning, out of convenience or you just needed to pay bills, something like that. But it seems like you're either overqualified for this job or just gonna go ahead and say it. Like it might be beneath you. Like you need to start thinking bigger, because you might have talents and qualifications and experience that should put you in a higher position in life, not just with this job, but in life. Like there's something bigger you could be doing. Um, there's things that you need to learn first. Okay. Okay. So with the Hanged Man, the Hanged Man is really about I don't want to say waiting it out, but it's like you're going from the chariot to the hanged man. It's a slowing down of energy for me. It's like you have all this fast movement with the chariot to pretty much a standstill with the hanged man. So it's almost like you have to wait it out. Like things could change with the Five of Wands in reverse. Like whatever conflicts there, you know, people could change jobs, they could move on to something else, they might get fired. Like whoever this group of people is in the Five of Wands, that could get broken up. And people get into those groups when they're bullies because there's more power with numbers. But if those numbers dwindle, like someone gets transferred, another one gets fired, then they might lose their motivation to do what they're doing. They'll kind of quiet down a little bit. Like things might eventually smooth over if you choose to stay at this job. But the day to day might be a struggle. You're in architecture. Okay. Work's tricky. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. Hey. So you mentioned that you want to learn as much as possible. You really want to stay there. The resources thing might continue to be a problem because that's the Five of Pentacles directly talks about that. It's like a lack of resources. So whatever's happening, it looks like at least for the near future that's going to continue. They might stop bullying you. The conflict might come to an end, but I don't know if that means it's going to make it easier to get the resources that you need. If this is just about experience, you want the experience, and if you feel like it's worth it and you can't get it from somewhere else, then it's kind of like you have to determine if it's worth it or not, if you want to continue down this path. But I will pull advice for you. The Star in reverse. Judgment. Two major arcana cards. So I don't know. The cards are saying one thing. I don't know if this is worth it, but you seem committed. So if it is, it might be important for you. The judgment card is like speak up for yourself. Like when something is an injustice or goes wrong, to call it out, like bring attention to it. Almost like embarrass whoever's doing the bullying. The Star card. The Magician in reverse. I mean, eventually, I think that you're going to be your own boss. And I don't know if that's what you're working towards. You want to gain experience and learn things so that eventually you can be your own boss. But that looks like that could be the overall answer because there are people who want to interfere. It's like it's slowing down your progress. This also could be a boss with the King of Pentacles here. So with them being in the upright, I don't know, let's say the Queen of Wands is your immediate supervisor, but this King of Pentacles could be their supervisor. So this could be the big boss. So this person is upright. So they're not gonna fall for this person's tricks. The Queen of Wands in reverse. So I don't see anything about you losing your job or anything like that. Like, I don't think that is an issue right now. It just looks like it'll be in the near future more of the same, as far as you're not getting the full resources that you need, but maybe there'll be less bullying. I do think with the Judgment card, though, it's good. It's upright, and it's like there's some sort of judgment that will happen, a decision made that could go in your favor. Just because I think it's something bigger than this situation here. Like there could be a change within the company, like a change within leadership. Like there could be like company restructuring. Maybe you'll be moved to a new department. Maybe you'll be moved to a new location. Like there's something happening maybe on a corporate level that's going to affect you and could go in your favor if you're willing to wait it out. But let's start. And you might want to, just because of the job market. The Four of Pentacles came out, so that's why I'm saying that. Like, even if things aren't great, it's better than nothing. So you also have to think about your financial situation at the end of the day. Like, you don't want to be completely out of a job, but as of right now, that's what I'm seeing for it. So I wish you luck, and I hope that it gets better for you. And in the long term, it will. Like I said, this is like you have a whole lot more to your career and life than what's happening here with the Queen of Wands. So you're bigger than that. Your success is bigger than that. It's not dependent on that person and their pettiness. You're welcome. You're very welcome. And Queen Bean, you will be next and you'll be last. Oops. Let me fix that. And I'm just going to say closed. Okay, so the readings are closed. And Queen Bean, you wanted to know, and making it a lot harder for you. Like, I don't know how that's going to get better besides the Judgment card. Whatever's happening on the company level. Hopefully it'll get better soon. And the Queen Bee, you wanted to know what's next in my love life in October, November. Okay. Well, we're at the very end of October. So let's see what's coming up for Queen Bee. Okay. We got, ooh, Hierophant. This is in the past position though. I shouldn't have said anything. Knight of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords. Okay. Let's see about the top row. Queen Bean, I don't know if you're already in a committed relationship. You did get the Hierophant in the past position. And I don't know if you're getting the reading because you want to see how the relationship's going to progress or not progress. Okay, you're single. Queen of Pentacles. Four of Swords. Something's ending though. With the Hierophant, some sort of commitments. I don't know if this is school for you, like if you've graduated school recently or if you're leaving a job, but it seems like you are leaving some sort of commitment, or maybe moving, changing locations, and you're asking about your love life. Or if you're leaving your job, Queen of Pentacles to the Four of Swords. But something is ending. And there's also something maybe about moving back to your childhood home, like moving back to an old neighborhood or moving back to your parents' house, something like that. With the Six of Cups here. And it doesn't say really that anything didn't work out. It's just that it's ending. Something is ending. You had a crush but walked away from him 5 months ago. Okay, so with the crush, like I said, the ending, something's over, you confirmed it. Why is the Six of Cups here? Five of Wands. I don't see anything specific for love. So this is short term. You said October, November. I'm not seeing anything specific for anything new coming in. I just see you leaving something. And with the Six of Cups and the Five of Wands, maybe this is going back to dating with the Five of Wands, like getting back to being social and things that are, I'm sorry for the coughing and clearing my throat, but things that are familiar to you with the Six of Cups. So if you put a lot of energy into this crush, and it seems like you did because it didn't initially come up as a crush, it came up as like a commitment. So the Hierophant and Queen of Pentacles, like this is something that you put a lot of time into, a lot of energy directed towards it. And then with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's like something ended, it someone maybe got blocked, or there was an end to communication, rejection. And then with the Four of Swords, it's like it's over and done. So it's like being forced to move on with the Six of Swords. Like this is, there's a split here. So this could be good for you with the Six of Cups and Five of Wands. Just, I don't know, getting back to what's familiar and what is like putting yourself out there again. Being social, I think, is something that could be coming up for you in November. You're just getting out more. I don't know if this is with past schoolmates, like someone you went to college or high school with, or if this could be getting on dating apps too with the Five of Wands, just putting yourself out there more. Like throwing yourself into a scene almost, like whether it's a bar scene or your hobbies. You're actively searching. He was into him. Yeah, dating apps. So, if anything, there's potential there for some fun, at least, like just being able to get out, and not necessarily get out like you're out every night, that sort of thing, but just like chatting people up, getting yourself out there, like interacting with real people. Not to say the crush wasn't, it's just that having some exchange of energy. Because this might have been very one-sided. You said it was a crush. So now in November, you'll get a chance to have a little back and forth with someone. Even if it's just on the dating app and you don't actually meet up with the person, that's fine too. Like this is kind of almost like good practice or something like that. Yeah, the Devil reverse. Like you'll be able to get out of your head. You'll be able to explore other options. You won't feel so trapped to whatever this person, this crush was. Yeah, this will be good for you. Connecting with others and moving away from whatever was happening over here in the past. Been a month of trying. So what's the advice? You might need to just be out and about. Zen, I'm actually on my last question. I'm taking Queen Bean and their question, and then that'll be it for tonight. But I'll be back on next week. So advice for Queen Bean. Sorry. Thank you for understanding. So Queen Bean advice. Yeah, the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. Okay. You go to Starbucks every day. You gotta be out and about. Okay. You're getting the Seven of Wands first with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. You might be coming across as defensive, just as a little bit closed off. Like maybe not approachable, and not for the dating apps. I think for the dating apps, it's good to be selective and to screen the matches very well. But when you're out and about, maybe speak up more, just maybe a few more hi, hellos, how are you, that sort of thing, just to kind of lighten the energy. Like you might be coming off a little bit closed off. You've been doing rituals and prayers for almost 2 months. Okay. Your energy is heavy. Temperance in reverse. This is throwing me off completely. The Lovers in reverse here with the Ace of Wands. Man, let's ignore all this for a minute. And it started with the Seven of Wands. I'm just going to clarify and then give you advice. Seven of Wands with the Seven of Cups. You got the Death card on the Lovers. And the Two of Swords on the Ace of Wands. I don't know, because this is strange. It's saying you have a lot of options. You said you've been trying on the dating apps, but here it says like you've got plenty of options. So maybe it's the dating app that you're on. Like if you were to go to a different one, you might see that you have more options. with the Lovers and the Death card upright, something ending. It's a little strange. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and pull you an advice card. You got the Page of Cups with the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups really wants to come out. I think again with the Page of Cups, it's like it couldn't hurt to be more friendly. Get what you give. So if you are giving out positive energy, you could hope that you could get that back. And then with the Four of Cups here, though, I don't know, it's like someone's being overlooked, or you could miss out on an opportunity. It's a little strange. Like, if you're still focused on this crush, that could be preventing, like, let's say you walked away physically, meaning you don't check like their social media as much, or you're not fully focused on them, but maybe you still have feelings. Those feelings could be preventing you from connecting with somebody new. Because like I said, it looks like you do have options, and there could be someone coming in who, you could clearly see that they're interested in you with the Page of Cups, like they're trying to connect. But you might miss out on this because you still have this emotional attachment to the crush, to the past. So I think you just want to be careful that you're not missing out on something new, because you're not letting the crush go just yet. So that's what I'm getting for you. Hi, Latoya. I'm actually done for the night. That was my last question. The queue's closed, but I'll be on next week, probably at night. So thank you, one, coming out, for posting and for being here. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and weekend. So thank you. And take care. Bye.